able to reach to this particular point whereby we can input something and then hit display this button here. It's going to be displayed on our screen. But I want us to look at what is actually happening here, because if I were to run this, you can see it was actually running at the background. I can say welcome to Ezee Kit. Say welcome to what Ezee Kit. So if I were to hit this, look down here, you can see I got welcome to Ezee Kit. This got printed out because of this print function that we wrote here that is actually happening, that's printing out this output on our screen. Let's say a ways to actually make this a little bit fun, like make use of that label, this label guy that is here, this label guy to display, because this print function just displaying it on our terminal, but I'm not actually seeing what is actually going on in the front. So let me use this label, because you know that this is going to be a test. Here, this is also copy. I'm just going to copy this guy. It's going to be almost exact the same, but just that the test is going to change. So let me just copy this guy, put it here, and then the test, instead of writing welcome to Ezee Kit, I'm going to copy this guy again, because this guy is going to come out in form of test. I'm going to paste it here. So instead of row 0, I want to put it in row 3, since there's nothing in row 3 as of now. So I'll put it in row 3. So what is actually happening here? When I run this, when we created this entry guy, I'm going to put this entry guy specified that we want an input. This other guy that's on top of here, I've explained it. This other guy does not need much explanation to them. And we created a function here which is called testing. Currently now, one thing, when we run this function, what we enter is going to be displayed on our screen instead of it displaying on our terminal. This when we use print was displaying on our terminal. Anything we enter was going to be displayed on the terminal. But currently right now, this entry is going to collect input from us, right? And when this is going to be stored on this entry.get, which is in this function. And before this function can display anything, it's being run by this button. This command is equals to testing. This testing is the function that we wrote here, and we are going to put it on the command center. We hit or we click the button command. What is going to happen is going to run this guy, this function. It's going to run it. So that's basically what will happen. All these guys, the grid just to set it in a particular position of our choice. So let's run it and see the output by ourselves. And let me close this our previous window, our application. So let me run the new one. Okay, it seems to be misbehaving a little bit. So let me hit play this guy. As you can see here, this is what we have here. So let me try entering an input. Let's say I entered welcome to Ezee Kit. Welcome to Ezee Kit. Instead of it displaying on our terminal, it's going to be displayed here. You can see welcome to Ezee. If I run it over and over, it's going to say welcome to Ezee Kit. You can say let me just say Peter. You can say what is going on here is that it's being stored inside or here, because we specifically forced it to be displayed on that specific color. Just like this color, you can say a test on top of a test, because this Peter tends to be on top of a test. Let's say I put something like Peter. Let me copy. I can come here and say contribute. This Peter is going to cover this entire thing. Let's run it. You can see it covers just like a test layer on top of a test. This happened because of this grid that we set here. Specifically set it to be all the output to be displayed on a particular point, not even moving to going to another. People run this guy because this row 3, this set this to be in row 3. The output is going to be in row 3. It's not going to change. So let's run it again to see what is actually happening here. Let's see. When we run this, when I print it, it's going to be here. So what happened when I extend it a little bit? Let's say I add more this in. Since it's now on row 3 and the column is on column 3, this next output is now going to be placed on top of the next this thing. You can see it covers. Meanwhile, there's actually at the back, there's actually a text beneath it. So there's still many ways to handle this by making this row dynamically that to go to the next one. But I don't want us to do that in this video. So it's just basically what I want us to look at, the idea behind this button of 18. This button tends to help us to run a particular function of our choice. But when we click button, what do we want to happen? Let's say we can say when we click button, we want another button to appear. We can do this. Let's say in a situation whereby I have another button here. Let me copy this button. But I'm going to place this button in a particular in a particular function. Let me set it in this function. I can say button 2 and then button 2. So what is actually here? Instead of me writing it directly, I can just see, since I'm not doing really much thing, so let me just remove this guy and then let me move it up here. So it's just going to, but right now I want this to be in a particular. So when I click this, when I run this function by clicking on this, I want this button of a guy to appear. Say I want to add button 2 and I want it to be maybe something like row 4. So it will be form a layer on top of a current button that we already have. So it's not going to take any command. If we still want to take it, if we have to click on it, it's still going to keep on repeating the same button over and over. But let's assume that it's not going to take any command. So let's run this. Let me drag this. So when I click on this button, let's see what's going to happen. Can see another button appeared. If I was to not to remove that command that we set earlier, let's remove it. If I was to set this command back. So when I click on this what is this called? And this button is going to run this function. And this, when I click on this guy, it's going to run this function or function that is belongs. This is not going to be a really good idea in our case. But I just hope you get the idea on how this works. Let me remove this command. But I hope we get the idea of how this actually works. Just like the button, when we do something, what do we want to happen? When we do this thing, what do we want to happen? It's just basic ideology or basic logic we can all form by ourselves. But then as we go on, we are going to understand this really, really well and well explained. So I think we've gone to the end for this. If you enjoy, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll be happy to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.